are the same Muslim 30 years ago, hold sign, we love freedom and we love democracy. Today, the true picture of Islam are shown to the Muslim, shown from the Muslim who live in Europe to the rest of the world. If we just open our eyes and see what's happening in England. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why this man hate democracy? What is wrong with democracy? Why Muslims from all over the world in Iraq fighting us all the 7 years, they don't want to have Iraq to be a democracy. They don't want to have democracy in Iraq. Why? Because it stands against Islam. We don't understand this in America because we have not read the Quran, which does not teach anything about freedom, and we have not read the hadith, Muhammad saying. Listen carefully what Muhammad said in the next hadith. Can you imagine with me? If Muslims understand the Muhammad teaching of how democracy should run in a country, let me use the way of life we have here in America. Imagine with me, Senator Barack Hussein Obama running against Senator McCain, John McCain. And here is the rules. Whoever wins the election will be the President of the United States of America, and whoever lost the election must be put to death. Who do you think will run democracy in America? Can we have democracy in this way of life? No, we can't. Listen to what Muhammad taught the Muslim, how they can run their life in democracy. Muhammad said,
"When the oath of allegiance has been taken for two caliphs, kill the latter of them."
Wow, this is how Muhammad wants his people to live. And Muslims live by the saying of Muhammad as well as the saying of the Quran. So two people running for the office of Khalifa. The first one, he will win. That's the person become Khalifa. And the second one must be put to death. That's how Khalifa changed in the Muslim world. You kill the first Khalifa, you get another Khalifa. That's why we don't have democracy in 57 Muslim countries the last 1400 years. And that's why we will never have democracy, neither in Iraq or in Afghanistan. Trust me in that. The only way you can have democracy in a Muslim country is to get rid of Islam and get rid of such a teaching of Muhammad. Freedom I found and I held dear. I came to America and I love this country. And I love the freedom to be able to just live, do whatever you want. If you want to work and you want to sing to Jesus while you're working, I work for myself. And nobody can tell me what not to do or what not to say. If you want to eat a sandwich, nobody can tell you. If it's a month of Ramadan and you want to eat in the middle of the day, nobody look at you like you have performed a great crime. How dare you are in Egypt, Christian, walk in the street or in a bus or somewhere, eat a sandwich in the middle of the day in Ramadan. You can't do that there. Some people get killed for eating in some Muslim country, as in Sudan, for eating during the day. Because everybody's fasting. It's Ramadan. You can speak your mind in America. You can tell what you feel about something. If you think it's not fair, you say it's not fair. Other countries around the world, there's no such a thing. It's not fair. What we give you is what we give you. What we do to you is what we'll do to you. Can you imagine when I was in college and some of my friends who have a high degrees in high school and they want to study to be a doctor. And they want to work with babies and say, oh, I'm sorry, you're a Christian. You cannot work as a doctor with babies because then you maybe have to see some female Muslim and that's not acceptable. So Christian cannot study to be a doctor to work with babies or moms who are pregnant. Is this fair? So much corruption in the Muslim world because we don't have freedom. I came to America and I love the freedom I found here and I enjoyed it so much until I come to this sign, it's very important. Freedom is now fading away. You know, when I found out that freedom, which I found in America, will not last, it's when I found there is Muslim live in America. I remember seeing the first Muslim man in Columbia, South Carolina, 18 years ago. And then I went to some prison in Columbia, South Carolina, with the First Baptist Church. They were doing some ministry. And believe it or not, there were almost 120 Muslims in one prison. And then I moved to Florida, and I went to some prisons in Florida. And every prison I go to with Art Hallett Ministry, we found Muslim in every prison. In Henry Prison, Florida, there's 200 Muslims. And the number is growing. And I said, this freedom will not last. And when I saw what Muslims are doing in America, I said, for sure, this freedom will not last. No, not because they're here, because they're asking for their rights. Their number is growing. And that's when America will lose. As long as Muslim is minority in America, nothing will happen to you. But as their number grow, you will lose everything you got. Not only I felt the problem in America by Muslim growing and taking over this country is that there are so many people in America are fighting the truth. ACLU. What is ACLU? These are the people who stand against anything to do with Christianity. They got rid of the Bible, got rid of prayer, got rid of everything had to do with Jesus in public ground. And that's when you turn the light off. See, if Jesus is exalted in everywhere in America, I don't care how much Muslims try to do, because Jesus will win. But when you turn the light off and the darkness take over this country, Muslim will grow. And they will grow rapidly. Freedom, which is fading away. And it was 9 years ago. It was September 11. I was in New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. And Dr. Kelly called all the students to come to the chapel service. For we have a problem. And as I entered the doors of the chapel and I saw the two towers hit, I know these are Muslim. No doubt in my mind. I just saw the airplane taking on one of the tower and I said, this is nothing but Muslim attack. Because I know this is going to happen. As a matter of fact, I told my people in my church in Florida, and I said, the day will come where Muslims will terrorize American, because that's the only way you will fear them. That's the only way they can take over your country. And don't think that this is the end of it, because the years to come will show more and more of September 11 will happen in America. Just mark my word for it. And September 11 happened. And I saw the American people going to wake up. Because at least American people are going to open the Quran and read why these people is doing what they're doing to us. But guess what? It does not happen this way. We have a revival in America for a few weeks. People start going back to church and start praying. But after this, everything go back to the normal way of life. And Islam grow twice as fast. For now, Muslims come to our media speaking out loud and repeat their lies often as much as he can to tell the Americans that we are not terrorists, we are not extremists. These are bad Muslims where we are good Muslims. And now the media tells the American people there are two different Islam, good Muslim and bad Muslim. No, my dear friend, no such a thing as moderate Muslim. Because a Muslim is a man who practices what is written in the Quran. Have you read the Quran yet? If not, you need to get a copy and read the Quran. What moderate Muslim calls the bad extreme Muslim bad, it's a lie, because the bad extreme Muslim are nothing but true believers who practice what Allah commands them in the Quran, if we just know the truth. September 11 happened, and 3,000 were killed, and their blood will be shed unfairly, unrespectfully, because we have not punished the one who commits a crime. And because we did not acknowledge who did commit the crime. It's not Muslim, because I believe deep in my heart that Muslims are victims of Islam. I believe the true criminal is Islam itself. The Quran is the true, who is the true criminal, should be punished. But sadly, no one reads the Quran, and Muslims defend themselves by telling that's not Islam. But if we just know the truth, we will find that Islam have done this to our people. I'd like to have a moment to respect those who die on that day. So I'll ask us to stand up just to honor those who die on that day. Thank you. You may be seated. Political correctness. Political correctness starts long time ago when people did not tell the truth about Islam, when Muslims start showing up in this country. And political correctness is the first enemy to the American and to the freedom we have in America. I could not see the political correctness any more clear than in this next video. I believe American people are very nice, naive people. Very forgiving, very giving. We forget what happened on that day. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I'm going to tell the stories that every time I go and do this presentation and I ask people in America, how many criminal, how many hijacker were on that day? I come up with all numbers. People tell me 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. And people forgot there were 19 hijackers. Then I asked the second question, where they were from? What country they from? People don't know. 15 of them were from Saudi Arabia. As a matter of fact, our government knows for sure that every attack took place against our people, our ships, our military, our interests in the Middle East. Every attack has been supported by Saudi Arabia. It was funded by Saudi Arabia. And we have a long list of long attack on us, and we have the proof that it's been performed with many Muslims from all over the world, but the support, the fund was from Saudi Arabia. And in 15 of January, the President of the United States of America went to Saudi Arabia to meet with King Fahd, the Saudi king. And I thought they're going to have a real serious talk. That Bush would look me in his eye and say, you're 15 hijacker. Your money is behind every trouble America has been seeing. And you must stop that. You must end that. No, political correctness play a huge role there. For our president commits the greatest crime against the 3,000 men and women who died on September 11, simply by dancing. They gave him a sword as a gift. What kind of gift a country give to a president? A sword. A picture of love? And he held the sword on his shoulder and he danced holding hand with the Saudi king, and they danced together. Political correctness. Dancing with our enemy. And I have spoken against what Bush have done there many times. And believe it or not, as I travel all over this country and I spoke against Bush, Democrats love it in the churches. For they thought I'm a Democrat. And here I would like to share with you, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative Christian American. I care about this country more than most of American people know how much I care about this country. For me to travel to tell the truth about Islam, I know this could cause me some harm someday. But I'm willing to stand up on the front line to warn you, to assure you, be aware of Islam, be aware of the Muslims, what they're doing in our country. Because I love this country and I love the freedom we have here. But when you see something wrong happen from the President of the United States of America, you must speak out loud, say, this is a crime. For the stench was still in the ground zero. You can smell the people's flesh while he's dancing in Saudi Arabia with the Saudi king. That is a crime.